And I have zero faith that the leadership in Texas did anything at all to fix the issue. True Doctor 20 months, appreciate you. Our Governor Abbott was like 3 months ago, he said, I guarantee that we will not have any lights go out this winter. And now that we have an actual storm on our way, he's like, yesterday or the day before, he's like, yeah, I can't guarantee it. I actually think maybe some lights might go out, you know. Which is, I'm taking it as a bad sign. I'm taking it as a bad sign. If if Abbott is trying to brace us instead of just ignoring everything, that's a bad sign to me. What is this? Breeding Pool Utopia Sprawl. Right on time, Aether Vial. Yeah, just stocking up trophies for the Texan winter. It would be the biggest season finale twist if I just lose power for a week and I can't finish the race. The biggest plot twist. Have enough candles? We've got some candles. We have groceries. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna survive. You know what I mean? We're gonna survive the Texas winter. Ooh, Merfolk versus Goblins again. This is I played this matchup yesterday, although I played against a different version. Merfolk has been so popular lately. This card's very strong here on turn 2. You know, one thing we did kind of see yesterday though is like the in this matchup, like they have a hard time dealing with your combo, which is a big deal. What does having the most trophies mean? Do you get something special? Yes and no. You don't typically get something special, but I decided to like challenge myself and everybody else to like try to race to get the most trophies this season. I personally commissioned real life trophies for first, second, and third place. I also made a bet with chat if it wasn't first place at the end of the season, I would have to get a mullet haircut, which is not something I want. Okay, so I can actually play second War Marshal plus Munitions Expert to kill this next turn. This itself doesn't have ward. Yeah, I do have to play the War Marshal in order to do that. Man, Expert is a good card. Yeah, I might get the mullet myself, but it'll be a freedom mullet. It'll be a mullet I get of my own volition. Yeah, I'm running the same list as yesterday. I think there was obviously like some Sideboard cards I might want to change, but I'm like pretty happy with where we're at. So I'm gonna tap this goblin, right? Oh, they're untapping their breeding pool. Okay. A pretty easy chump block with the War Marshal here, right? And then I'm gonna probably Vial in Matron, get Snoop here. Pretty close to killing them, just turn. Thank you, Fancy Fish. Yeah, I've been running very hot lately. Hopefully we could just keep these embers burning for a little bit longer. I was working yesterday when I think Spike started doing goblins. They have a reason for choosing this deck. No, I don't know that I necessarily gave any like. Dead to a Lord as the last card. No, we're not actually. Yeah, I didn't like talk super in depth, to be honest, about like why I'm playing goblins today or yesterday, but goblins is a deck I've liked. I think goblins is a deck that has always like had a lot of potential, right? Where wait, they didn't. Oh, sorry, this was the untap trigger. Goblins has always been a deck that has a lot of potential, right? Where Goblins is a very resilient deck where you get to play Cavern and Vial. It has a ton of card advantage, so it's actually pretty resilient to removal. And it has a 5 mana, 2 card infinite combo that can kill on turn 3, which is very good. Okay, we might as well cast that before we go for the combo. And so like the combination of these things has always made me really feel like this deck should be better than it performs on average. I could also just go for Chieftain. Let's just go for the combo. Yeah, I feel like this deck should. I always kind of feel like it should perform better than it like actually does in practice, and so I just was like testing a little bit off stream. I was playing a Jund version with Ignoble Hierarch, and that was what I was also playing like towards the beginning of MH2. I think it's the version most people were playing. Ignoble Hierarch, wow, a Goblin Mana Dork, perfect for this archetype. But it's like your mana does get worse. Like it's more painful. It's not like that hard to splash green, but then you have to like. You're splashing a 1 mana card, which is always worse than splashing a more expensive card. And my opponent just kept casting Ragavan, and I kept casting Ignoble Hierarch. And I'm like, what are we doing here? Why are we here? And so I started to, I think Mogg Fanatic is really the way to go. I think Mogg Fanatic is the way. At least that's my working theory. So we become War Marshal. I probably want the 4th Harbinger too. I think I could trim a Fanatic into Prospector. Probably trim a Ringleader when I bring in all these Furies. Maybe trim 2. Yeah. I'm just running the list back. We 5-0'd yesterday. I'm still trying to formulate an opinion here. I do have thoughts on changes we could make, but I'm just trying to play a little bit more and like kind of solidify those opinions before I change anything. Yeah, I agree. Like, I agree that the Exalted barely does anything. I should probably have led on Territory in case the Spreading Seas, the Fanatic. It feels like I'm citing Marshal out every time. I mean, you do trim War Marshals a decent number of the time. Yeah, I'm gonna ping this in response to the trigger. But I mean, a lot of decks have cards like that, right? Where a card that you will often side out, but it's like a pretty good game 1 card because it's not like really weak to anything, but isn't specifically good against anything either. Kira, pretty good. I kind of just want to get a Snoop. It's fine. How do I feel about Mechatitan? I like the card a lot. I'm not like a Power Rangers fan, I guess, but boy, is that card awesome. I think like kind of goofy cards like Mechatitan are really good if they're done well, like Mechatitan's done well. I feel like we've seen some, like Shark Typhoon is another good example of like a very goofy card that's designed well, and I like to see these kind of cards. I feel like my opponent might have Coco here. I haven't seen any spoilers today. If someone wants to link a cool one or two, we can look. Are Belcher, Oops, and Titantron pretty tough matchups? Oops is not as hard because you have Leyline, but Tron is not as hard because you have Obsidian Charmaw. The reality is, like, yes, these kinds of matchups are tough for goblins. The reality is also true that you do have a turn 3 combo, and so like, you know, the matchups are not that bad. What's tough is like game 1, you won't usually know that you need to mulligan to that combo. But in games 2 and 3, you do get to you do just get to try to mulligan aggressively to them if you don't have sideboard cards. But the reality is, it's also true, like you can play, like, I don't think Blood Moon is good enough against Tron. I think Tron is more popular than Titan. Tron is also like a really, really hard matchup without the Charmaw. So I'm playing Charmaw over Blood Moon. I'm playing Leyline, which is good against Oops All Spells, and Living End, and Dredge, and the Crabvine deck, which isn't as popular anymore. But it is definitely true, like, in these kind of decks, you can choose to beat some things, but you can't really choose to beat everything, you know what I mean? Okay. Let's not pay Echo. 1 mana short of Matron for Harbinger. Let's just shuffle here. Vial still on top. I sided out my Prospector. So maybe I need to Matron for a red card. Fury, let the Fury trigger get countered by Tideshaper. Then Munitions Expert kill this so I can jump block next turn and try to survive. I could also potentially, like, you know, find something off the top with Snoop that I'd want to do instead. Oh my gosh, I tapped wrong. Well, I guess now I have to lose? No, I can get Fanatic. What if it was correct to use the first Munitions to kill 1/1 Tideshaper? I think it was. Yeah, I think just like I didn't have anything else to use my mana on that turn. If I didn't do that, they would have had to Kira next turn, and like I wouldn't have got to kill the Tideshaper. I feel like it was a good blind. I even feel like it worked out really well this game, to be honest. Business thing for 3 months. Appreciate you. Yeah, I just wanted to use my mana. My hand was so mana hungry too. Dude, Realmwalker Reejerey is pretty cool combo. We should get to survive a turn here. We need to find a Harbinger and combo off. I guess we could also just like naturally find Kiki. Block, block, block. Okay, dead, I think. I guess we have more blockers now. We have 5 blockers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Yeah, they have to brick like super hard, but we do have another turn, maybe. Business again, think for 3 months. Okay. So just need them to have a dead on top. They named black with a breeding pool. I don't know if that was intentional. Might come from the number of black sources if we're going to play sideboard Thoughtseizes. No, I would increase the number of black sources by 1 or 2. Probably playing some pathways at that point over like the unclaimed territories. Or more fetches, but I'm not like super keen to have a million fetches in this deck, to be honest. Daniel, thank you for the tier 1. Appreciate you. Okay, game 3 on the play. Still don't think I like Prospector too much in this matchup. It's maybe fine. It's maybe better than I think it is, but I think I'm just gonna run this back. The race is over. I have to make a table with all my decks and how many trophies they got me. I think Simon said that they were working on that. Maybe I think it was Simon. It might have been a different mod. But I'm not going to do it. I'm gonna play video games and work on Shadow Fireball stuff and relax. Alright, go to 5. I like Fnatic a little bit better since they have nobles. That's a good point, yeah. Okay, keep this for sure. Put back Sling-Gang Mountain. How kind is this deck to your budget? In paper, like Auntie's Hovel, Cavern of Souls are like really expensive, but everything else is pretty cheap. Vials are also kind of cheap right now, right? Okay, might just have a turn 4 combo. What is this? Ishin, 2 heavens is 1. Just looking at the art. If a creature attacking would cause a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Noble Hire combo deck. Cool card. Spin in that glass. I'll get a Blood Crypt here so I can get Spreading Seized off. Oh, let's go! Dude, Goblin, yeah, this is, I mean, I don't know, Goblins is a pretty good deck. What can I say? Like, you're a really grindy deck. You're playing Cavern of Souls Vial. You're really resilient to counter magic. And you just have this, like, oops, I win combo. You've got, like, removal with Munitions Expert. You got life gain with Sling-Gang. You got card advantage with Ringleader. What else could you possibly want? I guess you could want your opponent not to gut shot you here, but they don't have it. Yeah, Snoops I win. Is the 4-charm on the sideboard better than the 2-2 split of it and Blood Moon? I think so. I really, like, again, like, Tron is a hard matchup for Goblins. Tron is a really popular deck at the moment. Tron is super popular. Blood Moon is very often too slow against Tron, especially on the draw. Charmaws are also, like, really good in multiples. Like, if you just draw two... Like, drawing 2 Charmaws is, like, it's just to win it. Is usually just to win against Tron. Patriarch's Blessing, or... Yeah, I don't think that's actually the name of Bidding. Patriarch's Bidding. That card is a trap, in my opinion. I think it is not good. I think my opponent's playing blue-white control. I think they've got Aether Vial. That being said, I have to keep this, and, you know, I'll complain. They ending my Aether Vial. When will they learn? Okay, and they don't have the ending. Amazing. First time for everything, huh? They might have Teferi Time Raveler or Archmage's Charm. Let's go. Yeah, we played against that Omnath deck and got Furied multiple times. Like, we got Fury, they bounced their own Fury. No! Didn't think they had it. Alright, I concede. Let's do this, I think. Another important reason to, like, play 24 lands is, like, Vial is, you know, more fragile than it used to be, absolutely. I think we lost to this opponent yesterday playing a different deck. I'm trying to remember. This seems like a nightmare matchup. I don't think so. I mean, like, you're pretty resilient to their counter magic, you know, with your caverns and your vials. You have a lot of card advantage. I at the very least would not characterize it as a nightmare matchup, no. I'm not that worried. I don't like this hand. Do like this one. I think I put the Kiki back. It's pretty tough to draw both Kikis and then you can't combo. Our Ringleader will give us card advantage. Yeah, like traditionally blue-white control is one of Goblin's best matchups, but I'm not saying that is definitely the case anymore. I am saying it's probably not that bad. Yeah, this is the best card, and being able to Cavern out Ringleader on turn 4 is a big game. Fury not good enough against Planeswalker. We have Munitions Expert against Planeswalkers. We don't need the Fury. Fury's like also Fury by itself kills none of their Planeswalkers. Or I guess it kills Jace if they play it, but most of the Planeswalkers go to 5 loyalty, not 4. I will say that an extra din of the Bugbear I feel like would go a long way in this matchup too. Okay. Nice 3 for 1. Okay, maybe Harbinger just for another Ringleader. Play Band Spirits for fun. I'll continue to play just what I want when I want to. This could be my continued plan, I think. Yeah, my opponent might be vialing in some Solitudes, for sure. It's about the new Tezzeret. Any brews in mind? Yeah, I'm actually working on one for an article for CFB that I think will include the Tezzeret. Didn't want to bounce the Ringleader. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to Din of the Bugbear. Kill this, hit them for 1. Maybe they have Solitude. If they Solitude, they should do it before I attack, right? Okay, this is fine. Shocks in the Fountain. So could have a Supreme Verdict. Could have a second copy of Solitude. I'm just going to start off by attacking Teferi with Ringleader. Seeing what they do. When can we expect my article? I don't know. I'm like a little behind on CFB stuff this week, to be honest. What in the world is that Supreme Verdict? Blue-white control. Is it the Nightmare matchup, Spike? It's a matchup of nightmares. You can never win. We're dead. Bobo, thank you for the 2 months. They've got to pitch an Exile of Solitude to get my dead. Supreme Verdict by Ringleader. They reprinted Thirst for Knowledge. That's pretty cool. Post-War, thank you for 16 months. Appreciate you, buddy. Call me, thank you for Twitch Prime. Appreciate you, buddy. You could have killed Teferi with Mogg Chieftain. Yeah, they have Supreme Verdict. I didn't want to play into the Supreme Verdict. What are we doing? The chat says, Spike, you could have attacked the Teferi for more. You could have killed it. Come on, chat. How do you... maybe that comment was... No. That comment was definitely made after the verdict was cast, right? 100%. That comment was definitely made after the verdict was cast. Oh, you mean this turn? Oh, sorry. Sorry. You meant this turn. I really want to draw Ringleader next turn. I'm okay letting this Teferi stay around for a while. I understand what your comment is saying now. Thank you for letting me make fun of you. But it was unwarranted, and I apologize. Yeah, we did beat Lantern for the 5-0 yesterday. I'm just like not that scared of the Teferi, you know. What needs to be changed for Grixis control to be great again? It would have to, for some reason, be better than Grixis Shadow. Which it isn't. Or I doubt will be anytime soon. Yeah, no, the comment meant I could have cast, instead of going Harbinger Fanatic, I could have gone Chieftain Fanatic, kill Teferi, which would have been a totally fine line. I really don't understand what you're saying. But again, as you can see, like just how sick Ringleader is, I really just wanted to set up for a Ringleader. I think it was fine to ignore the Teferi, but yes, your comment was fine. I appreciate you being a good sport. Yeah, Toxic Streamer, that's me. Is Goblin Lackey below modern power level? I mean, Goblin Lackey is a really poorly designed card. Okay, they can't verdict here because they minus Teferi, so this is Typhoon. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Goblin Lackey is a really poorly designed card. It's just like, let's not go crazy. I think if Ragavan as a Goblin, it would have been more bannable. I mean, it would be better, of course, right? You take an irrelevant creature type and you give it a relevant creature type. Yep, it gets better. Okay, they can Violent Solitude now. They have another Teferi. Is Lackey really worse than design Ragavan? I don't know. They both are bad design. I don't know what we're talking about here. This is, you know, both cards are poorly designed, in my opinion. I think one mana cards that just get to put 4 and 5 mana spells and play on turn 2 are just, I think that is a poor design. I don't know what to say. That's just too efficient. Getting hit by Goblin Lackey on turn 2 or getting hit by turn 1 Goblin Lackey is it is worse than getting hit by turn 1 Ragavan. I don't know what to say. Like, it is more game losing to get hit by a Lackey than it is to get hit by a Ragavan. I would rather get hit by a Ragavan every single day of the week. There weren't 5 mana goblins when it was printed. Okay, you don't think that they printed the card thinking, okay, there's no 5 mana goblins that exist now. Good. That's good. That's good. We'll just never print 5-mana goblins, and then this card will always be well designed because there's no 5-mana goblins. That's fine. Dude, these freaking spreading seas. There's no 5-mana goblins right now, so that also means there will never be a 5-mana goblin. Or a 4-mana goblin. Even a 3-mana goblin. Putting 3 mana spell into play on turn 2 is very good, but Foresight was not much of a thing back then. Sure, all I'm saying is the card is not well designed. You know, there's a lot of cards, old cards, that are not well designed. I don't know. I feel like we're just not really even arguing, to be honest. I think, yeah, Muxus is also a really poorly designed card. Muxus is a card that was definitely printed as like, okay, this will be a fun EDH commander, and then like nobody thought like how powerful it was in just 60 card formats, which is, you know, pretty bad too. yeah. I guess we're probably just agreeing here. Oh, 4 of a kind. We're probably just agreeing, but yeah, I am just saying I agree that they didn't think ahead. I agree that it doesn't seem like Wizards thought ahead when it came to when it came to Goblin Lackey. Thoughts on Ragavan Goblins? I'm not sure. I have thought about what it would look like. I think that I'm not a fan, to be honest, but it could be good. Maybe it was actually better to play Cavern here to like really incentivize them to spreading seas the Cavern, and then I could win next turn, or maybe I could just win next turn anyways. Yeah, maybe we should play poker instead. Is it right to prismatic ending the Vial like they did? Yes, every single time. Yeah, Solitude. Missed 2 damage. No, Goblin Conspicuous Snoop only gets activated abilities of goblins. It doesn't get static abilities. I still win, right? I just win in my instep. Oh, no, I don't, because this ETB doesn't get to happen. Yeah, because I don't get to put Kiki-Jiki back on top. So I think I wait. I do have a, you know, had a little bit of a window there. It's good. This is good so I can cast Ringleader next turn if I want. Is Jeskai Murktide good again? It's fine, I would imagine. Like, you know, Grixis Shadow and Hammer Time are both very much on the decline in Modern at the moment, so I'm not of the opinion that, like, Jeskai Murktide is, like, this amazing metagame call, but I'm sure it's fine. I doubt that there'll ever really be a window where it's not a fine deck. No attack with token? It didn't have... There was a dress stun in play. The token didn't have haste anymore. Right? Yeah, the token had no abilities. Dude, my opening 6-7 card hand had 4 Harbingers in it, and I have all 4 again. So weird. Do you think WotC could unban Mox in Modern? Mox Opal can never be unbanned in Modern. There's too many good artifacts now. I'm sorry to rip that band-aid off, but it's better to hear it from me, someone that you love, rather than a Tron player. Yeah, there's Urza Saga specifically. I agree that is the main card that makes it really hard to unban Opal. It's just like you get to make 2 tokens, and then you get Opal, and then you have Metalcraft. It's just like it's such a huge buff to Saga. It just makes no sense. There's also like artifact lands now, like the actual artifact lands that are tapped and tap for color. There's this new Moon Snare prototype. That card would be absurdly good with Mox Opal. It's just too good. You have Thought Monitor now. Like Mox Opal died so they could print a ton of good new artifacts, and it's fine. Just let it die. think I cast the Snoop here. I think of the new artifact. I think that I think that card's good. I'm not sure exactly how good, but good. A turn 3 Mogg Simple Metalcraft is pretty bad. Okay, you think Mogg Simple will never have Metalcraft before turn 3? In a format with all these artifact lands? What are we talking about? We talking about the demon equipment? I haven't seen a demon equipment, no. There are too many good, efficient, powerful artifacts to unban Mogg Simple. It will never be unbanned, or it should never be unbanned. I think you can say the same thing about Faithless Looting. There's too many cards that you get to discard cheaply for value for Faithless Looting to ever be unbanned. Like the Reanimator variants with Faithless Looting would be too strong, you know. And there's also tons of other decks that would play looting, but like you couldn't have Unmarked Grave persist in the format with Faithless Looting, and you can't have Urza Saga or Thought Monitor in a format with Mogg Simple. You know what I mean? It's like banning these super hyper efficient enablers allows you to have these other cards exist in the format. How about Splinter Twin? Splinter Twin is, I think, different, right? Because this card, costs 4 mana. That being said, I playtested Splinter Twin recently in Modern. I think it's a little too good, but Splinter Twin is different. It's not a hyper efficient 0 or 1 mana enabler. It is a different beast a little bit. Okay, so let's just attack first. My opponent's used 1 Verdict so far. I could go cast Harbinger, see what they do. And then I could potentially put another Snoop on top and cast that Snoop after violating my Snoop in. Which is bad against Verdict for sure. But then we can upkeep Harbinger for a Ringleader and then cast Ringleader. And this is like very good against the removal spell, just spot removal spell. Oh, good one. Good card. Don't you go off here by putting Kiki on top? The Snoop, you need to untap with Snoop. Or give Snoop haste with your War Chief. Not War Chief. Chieftain. Yeah, this needs to have not Summoning Sickness. It's a hardcast Shark Typhoon. Oh, it's Deluge. Okay. What about putting Kiki on top, Vialing and Snoop on their instep, then upkeep, take your Vial and Harbinger? I mean, obviously that line's good, but that line is like pretty weak to Solitude or 1 spot removal spell. What I like about this is like this line plays around the spot removal spell pretty well because now we have 2 Snoops. And if they do have the Verdict, which is obviously rough for us, I get to refill pretty easily because I've got upkeep Harbinger for Ringleader. Was my my thought process here. Not that I think your line is bad. This is just why I chose this line. All right, I think we'll cast this. All right, I'm down for this too. So now they have to have Dress Down again, right? No, Dress Down doesn't work anymore because the Kiki stays on top of my library. Do you think Lattice can be unbanned one day? I don't know. Like, Karn Lattice is very, very powerful. Maybe, though. Alright, 2-0 with Goblins. I like this deck a lot. It's pretty fun. Okay, keep this. Put back the Kiki. Opponent's playing a Luris deck. Glad to win the die roll against the Luris deck here with the Vial. They go down a lot of play points since the beginning of the season. I've had like really big ups and down swings. I actually have a ton of play points at the moment. I've got 4,800, But there've been moments where I've like dwindled down to 0. It's been like really high variance. Just like the whole trophy race is really high variance. Isn't it for you an argument that Ignoble and Rag take removal before Snoop? Well, I don't think it's a good argument because the Goblins deck is really actually good against removal. Conspicuous Snoop is the only card in the entire deck that is, in my experience, my opinion, whatever, weak to removal. Every other Goblin in your deck, or almost every other Goblin, is resilient. Like, these have ETBs. You've got, yeah, they all have like powerful ETB effects. And you, in my experience, you just don't really need to like care that much about your opponent's removal because you've got Goblin Ringleader and like Matron for Ringleader to like just draw a ton of cards and not care that much about your opponent's removal. And I think that playing Ragavan, playing Ignoble Hierarch makes you more vulnerable to removal. Ignoble Hierarch also sucks against Ragavan. This is like real. I played the Jund version with Ignoble Hierarch, and they would cast a turn 1 Ragavan, and I'd be on the draw. I'd look at my Ignoble Hierarch. I'm like, why are you in the deck? Why are you the way that you are? And I've been very happy cutting the Hierarchs. Red Bread, I think it was 6 months. Appreciate you. Am I going to 100 Burden? I think so, but we'll see. Not 100%. That was a Spanish Honda commercial. Weird. Thanks for the 6 months again. Do I agree with Ari? Man. I better take a look at this. This better be good. This better not be some kind of spicy Twitter drama I'm being asked to comment on, because I just usually don't care to. I haven't done the math. It wouldn't shock me if Kamigawa had the highest instant modern playable since the True Fire era of Eldraine or Ikora. I mean, I also haven't counted either. There's no way it has more playables than Throne of Eldraine. Maybe Ikora levels, but there's no way it has Throne of Eldraine playability numbers. Throne of Eldraine had 3 cards banned in Modern. You probably need to weigh those heavily. But yeah, there's no way. Throne of Eldraine is like a nuts number of playables. Does Ragavan do anything against goblins? Yes, on the play against goblins, like you're gonna get like often 2 hits off of it. Yes, obviously I play a ton of Ragavan decks. I've played a lot of Ragavan decks against goblins, and like Ragavan has been a big asset. But which is why I'm playing so many fanatics in this list. Tiki, they were 2 months. If you win the die roll against Ragavan and you have War Marshal or Munitions Expert, it can be better, of course. But like on the draw against Ragavan, like you are like pretty rough shape a lot of the time. Okay, we need Matron or Ringleader, as we often do in these kind of spots. Card does like nothing, so too bad. Since L doesn't apply as high as L. Oh, since, okay, I guess I misread the tweet. I thought that he said Eldraine levels. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. There are a lot of modern playables in Kamigawa. I agree. I agree with that sentence. Was it correct to sack to kill here? This is a Skirk Prospector, not a Fanatic. Okay. Have some good top decks. I think I took the Vial up to 4. All right, there we go. So do I get a Sling-Gang or do I get a leader? Sling-Gang allows me to attack for 12. They block the Sling-Gang though. So what if I attack with every creature besides the Sling-Gang? That's lethal, right? I attack with every creature besides the Sling-Gang. They take 8. Yeah, they're dead. Let's go. Man, this is what I love about goblins. Is like, it feels like you're just always like one top deck away from catching back up. Why didn't you consider put a copy of Tarfire? I did consider a copy of Tarfire. In my opinion, Mogg Fanatic is better than Tarfire. So I'm playing 3 Mogg Fanatic and 0 Tarfire. But I did consider it. In fact, I've played Tarfire in Goblins before. I've played a lot of Goblins pre-MH2, a little bit post-MH2. But I did consider it. I consider him in play? Sure. Still my thoughts. I think Fnatic is better than Tarfire. I just want to play more Fanatics. There aren't like that many things you want to deal 2 damage to in the format. There's a few. Luris kind of being the big one, but you also have Munitions Expert for that, right? I'd probably keep this. Kiki's a bit awkward in the hand, but I think the rest of the hand is good enough to keep. Not on Chalice. I think Chalice is a fine option, of course. You are correct. I'm not currently playing it, but the sideboard is a work in progress. Like, I've only played like a handful of leagues with this, and this is something that happens a decent amount of the time where I'll like trophy my first league with a deck that I haven't played in a while, or a new brew, or a new list, whatever, and I won't know, like, I will feel like the sideboard needs some changes. Like, I do feel like the sideboard needs some changes, but I haven't been losing enough to understand exactly what sideboard changes we need. So it'll be a work in progress, I think. How many silver bullets are reasonable to play in a main deck with so many tutor targets, especially? So here's there's not a number. When you play a tutor like Stoneforge Mystic or Goblin Matron or Harbinger, there isn't a number of silver bullets that's like the magic number for your tutors. But what you want to do is you just want to play the good ones. You know what I mean? You want to play the good tutor targets, and you want to avoid playing the bad ones. What am I bringing more Harbingers against? There's a lot of matchups like Titan and Tron and Belcher where you just want to combo them. Like I feel like all you really care about in those matchups is just combo killing them. In those games, maybe I should have cast the Mogg, but in those games, like you just want to have 4 Snoop, 4 Harbinger, and mulligan aggressively to the combo. So I feel like the 4th Harbinger in the side's a pretty good sideboard card. Opponent, I think, maybe fetched incorrectly here. Charmaw better than Endemic Sphere? Yes, a lot better. What's great about Charmaw when you compare it to other Tron hate sideboard cards is that, you know, if you're taking turn 2 off to play a Damping Sphere, or you're taking a turn off to play Alpine Moon against Tron, you're not putting any pressure on them, and they just have an extra turn. Oof. They just have an extra turn to, deal with your lock piece, find a blast zone. You know, there's obviously a lot of different ways they can handle these lock pieces, right? And so, what I really like is playing Charmaw, which is it kills a land. It's not a lock piece they can tutor for, and it also provides a 4/4 flyer, which is a lot of pressure. And so, it being both a great like answer to Tron and pressure is what makes it the best sideboard card against Tron. What about the Merfolk deck? I like the Merfolk deck. I actually spent some time playing Merfolk off stream last week, working on a little bit of a guide for China Fireball, which you can find just like kind of an introduction to like the main variants. There's like 3 main ones, and what I like about them, what I dislike about them, what they're good against, what they're weak against. Do you find Tron to be a hard matchup with the combo? Yeah. I think the Tron is a hard matchup even with the combo. Like obviously the combo helps a lot, but if you like you like actually like cannot win game 1, I think, if you're not able to like turn 3 combo, and you're not able to turn 3 combo that often, especially game 1, because of like game 1 you're not going to know that you're playing against Tron, and you won't know that you need to mulligan to the combo, which is definitely a big dynamic. And And then games 2 and 3, like on the draw, the combo can be a little slow. They bring in like Dismember and Gut Shot, and but obviously the combo helps, right? The guys who does 8 whack at Luris, 8 whack Luris seems more resilient than Snoop Kill. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. It's like the Snoop combo is kind of fragile, but what I like about this deck is the Snoop combo is the only fragile part of this deck, right? It's like every single other creature in this list besides Conspicuous Snoop is good against removal. And Snoop can even be good against removal too if you like can play it and cast a card off of it immediately. But like literally every single other card in the format in the deck is like pretty good against removal spells. Like you don't really like Prospector's a 1 mana creature. You don't care that much about having it die to removal. Basically everything else has good ETBs. It's just like the deck is very grindy and resilient, and then it does have this infinite combo, which is like not good against the removal spells, but it's still, you know, not horrendous either. Why not 4-man Harbinger? The consistency of the combo is very important to think. Well, you have 3 Harbingers and you have 4 Matron for Harbinger 2. This is a format where there's a lot of decks with like a lot of cheap removal, and so like a lot of matchups like you want to find the combo late. I think it would be fine though. It's not like the deck has to play in this way. I think I cast the Expert now. I think I need to high roll a little bit. If I wait, they get to draw an extra card. Looks like they've got a removal spell, and it looks like we're going to game 3. I've always felt like this deck needs Thoughtseize in this somewhere. Maybe I'm wrong. Well, I don't like the Thoughtseizes in the main deck. You can play Thoughtseize in this deck, obviously, though. Like, it's a perfectly reasonable sideboard card. Does Torpor break this deck? Yes. Whatever. How brew friendly do you think Modern is today? I'd say relatively. We've been playing against a lot of wacky stuff lately, and we've been playing. You know, I've been finding success with brews lately too, like this deck, the like Boros Stoneblade, Jeskai Stoneblade. So somewhat brew friendly. Hey Jim. Yeah, I've been liking goblins again lately. If your brew contains image 2 cards, it's great. I mean, yeah, if your brew contains good cards, it's probably better, yeah. Okay, probably losing this game. Luckily, we top decked well game 1, so we could try to win game 3. Give me your best Vexing Devil Bone Picker brew. Yeah, see, here's I say this all the time, and I probably gonna have to say this until the day I stop streaming. But it's like, I really feel like the majority of Magic players, the majority of Modern players, approach brewing from the viewpoint of, I like this card, I like this archetype, I'm going to try to make it work. And I like to approach brewing from the mindset of, I think this is an underplayed interaction, this is an underplayed card, this is a powerful card, I'm going to try to maximize this idea that I think is already competitive. And so like starting from, I know you're probably joking about Vexing Devil Bone Picker, right? But like a lot of people have this idea like, I like Vexing Devil, I like Bone Picker, give me what you got. Like that's just not how it works. You have to find something that starts off already good, you know what I mean? It's really just not that hard. Thank you for the gifted sub to Jim. Welcome to the Shark Typhoon, Jim. I think we're doing that. Ugh. Every hand is so land heavy. Yeah, we play a lot of lands in this deck because we got a really high mana curve. It's also true, like, Aether Vial is just not as resilient as it used to be, so it's like, having that high mana curve is pretty important too, right? Or having those lands in case your Vial dies is pretty important. Croc, thank you for the 5 months, appreciate you. Pleasure still liking the stream. +1 Prospector, -1 land. Yeah, I feel like 24 lands is the way to go, but obviously that's not an unreasonable change. That try Ignoble Hierarch? Yeah, so here I really actually think Ignoble Hierarch is a big trap. I played like a decent amount of the Ignoble Hierarch version after MH2, of course. I'll just let this go because of Shadow. Dash Ragavan. Well, they played around these Munitions Experts super well. Lionheart, 4 months. 4 months of mullet anticipation, huh? So the thing about Ignoble Hierarch is it's really bad if they go turn 1 Ragavan to play, you go turn 1 Hierarch. Also, like, you're effectively splashing a 1-mana spell, which always kind of sucks, right? That's one thing I really don't like about it is you're splashing a 1-mana spell, and so like you're fetching and shocking pretty often. Sometimes like you're like, oh, like my hand just like doesn't happen to have one of my green sources in it. It's just kind of rough. And then it's also true like playing Hierarch makes your deck a lot more vulnerable to removal spells. You know what I mean? Great Fnatic is pretty sweet, but it could be a why not both scenario. I did so like I did play both, yeah. I started off with John when I was like repicking up the deck yesterday, but I was really just not feeling the Hierarch. Oh, I don't know where it is. I thought I labeled the John Goblins to try to clear everything up. But yeah, this is the list I was playing. I was playing 2 Fanatics here, but it's also like if you cut the Hierarchs, you know, like it's kind of like you're cutting the Hierarchs for extra lands. Like I took this list, added a Fanatic, second Sling-Gang, 2 more lands. Okay, I guess we'll just go for double Munitions Expert here and hope my opponent doesn't have a Fatal Push. 22's light, even though, yeah, it's tough to play like 24 lands, 4 Vial, 4 Ignoble too. It's like I feel like the deck just feels like so much smoother without them. It's also like Ignoble Hierarch obviously shines against the more linear decks too, right? Like because you get that early mana acceleration. Like Ignoble Hierarch shines against the decks where you want that mana acceleration and they're not going to kill your Hierarch, obviously, right? But it's like I also like you don't even like really need it in those matchups because it doesn't help you combo a turn faster. Because I feel like the matchups against like Titan and Belcher and Usul spells, they're all that matters in those matchups is comboing. That's literally the only thing that matters. And so it's like because Hierarch like doesn't help you combo a turn sooner. It's like it doesn't even like help those matchups that much either. It can, I guess, if you have like a Matron, like but usually not. How often do you win versus combat damage versus? I mean, I don't know. You combo a lot. It's probably close to like. You probably win with combat damage like 65% of the time, and the combo like 35% of the time, maybe 70-30. Just like any combo deck like this, like just like Split or Twin, you don't win with the combo more often than you would normally. Ever try to make Zerda work? I played a Zerda deck and trophied with it a few times back before they nerfed companions. There's a combo with Zerda, Umbra Mantle, and a Mana Dork for infinite power on your Mana Dork. If you want to tweak the mana base, since you could, it would be good to cut the foothills of the mountain for 2 Canyon. I feel like Den of the Bugbear is maybe the better mana sink. I'm not sure. Canyon would be fine, for sure, also. My opponent is very close to dead here. If they don't have, like, land removal spell. How do we know the all-time record? Where to get the info from? Well, Principe, different Brazilian grinder got 72 trophies, like, 9 months ago. And so like when we did the trophy race last time, or when we started to do it, we're talking a lot about that record. We've never seen any evidence of a higher trophy count. I feel very confident that that is the record. We don't know 100% because there isn't like an official source, of course. But you know, nobody's claimed to have any higher. I really feel like 72 is also like got to be the record. Like especially because like leagues have only been around for what, like 6 or 7 years, you know what I mean? It's not like there's like 25 years of like lost data. Okay, opponent is effectively at 1. Oh, sorry, 2. Could try to ping someone who works at Moto. Yeah, maybe. At the very least, we're trying to beat Prince's record, right? Yeah, I feel pretty confident that like someone would have said, "Oh, I actually got the record," you know. 72 is what, 2.5? No, it's not that high. It's not that high, but like even 1 trophy a day for the entire record is like it's like completely unsustainable. Yeah, I'm sure like Prince has like that's his Twitter banner is the 72 trophies. As far as we know, this is the record for Modern. It is possible like other formats have had higher records. I feel like Modern being like as diverse as it is makes it maybe harder to trophy a bunch than a format like Legacy, where like sometimes like a deck like Turbo Depths or like Oops All Spells can just become really well positioned for a time period. And I feel like if that is the case, like grinding that deck maybe creates a perfect storm to get more trophies in Legacy. Or like a format like Pioneer that's like pretty underexplored. There's like not a lot of eyes on it. It's like pretty. I think it might be easier to find a deck that just like crushes in those queues. I'm not sure. I'm just kind of thinking out loud, to be honest. But that's kind of my impression, I'll say. Yeah. Limited doesn't like limited is just a different game. A trophy being 3 wins instead of 5 is just it's just a different league. It's just not the same thing at all. Like we would have probably like I would say we would easily have like 160, 170 trophies a season. Probably more than that. If you get a trophy for 3 wins. It would be a lot more than that. It would be like I think over 200. Because like I've probably lost playing at 4-0. I estimate I've lost playing at 4-0 probably like 50 times this season. And like the times I've lost playing at 3-0 are, you know, around that number, maybe higher, actually. Probably it has to be higher. I kind of doubt that since drafting takes a lot of time. The difference between winning 3 matches in a row and 5 matches in a row is it's insanely different. It's insanely different. It is not comparable. I promise you, it's so different. Drafting also takes like drafting is like 30 minutes, right? Which is like 1 match, or like a 1 long match. But it's I don't know. I know that people just like to argue, but but this is a really bad take. Yeah, I just gave it stun locked. Yeah. It's not about time at all. Yeah, it's just about the percentage there. It's so much easier to win 3 in a row than 5 in a row. 100 in a season be impossible? I mean, it's not physically impossible, but it's like, you know, you have to remember, like, this season I took probably like 7 or 8 of the 90 days off. So it's like, I don't know. It is theoretically doable, but I don't know that I'm going to be the one to do it. Fuck. No, it would be cool, like, if I break the record here, it puts the fire under other people, and we see other people trying to break the record too. I am not going to do it next season. Oh, I really thought they would have another removal spell here. Yeah, I get stun locked super easy. It's kind of embarrassing, to be honest. Season ends in 7 days. Yeah, like 100 trophies. It feels like the kind of record that is like physically possible. Like it is like objectively possible. X1 dropping the entire season, it is possible, but it's like just like gotta be such a nightmare to actually try to do. Do you think this deck could be tier 1? I would say it'd be unlikely that it's ever going to be a tier 1 deck, but I think it's probably has a chance to be a good tier 2 deck, which means that it'll be an excellent choice in some metagames and a poor choice in other metagames. Like any good tier 2 deck. You seem to get stunlocked by the same type of troll? Yeah, I know. Thankfully, we don't have that many trolls in chat. We have some, but thankfully we don't have that many, so I don't get stunlocked that often. And I don't know. I will gladly accept being stunlocked, you know, from time to time if it means that we get to continue having productive conversations the rest of the time. If me getting stunlocked every once in a while means I get to like engage with people and have conversations and try to like help people improve, then I accept being stunlocked sometimes. You know what I mean? Yeah, Blood Crypt OP. I think if you had 3 people grinding an account, yeah. I mean, yeah, if you cheat, obviously, like you can get more. If you win trade, if you cheat by sharing account, obviously you can't get more. But like, you know, just like any other competition, like it's not really worth talking about. Do you read these myself or take recommendations? I mean, obviously I take inspiration from people. We also talk and chat, and sometimes chat will help me with ideas, right? Oh man, the mirror. But most of the lists I work on by myself. I guess I should have actually revealed this first. Doesn't really matter though. Mogg Fanatic's pretty good in the mirror. Stops the combo. The new Treble land from Nia. What 4 lands would I cut from the deck? Would I start playing Noble Hierarch? Hierarch gets like Hierarch becomes easier. I tested Hierarch before I started playing this deck on stream. I really didn't care for it. Okay, we do need to start drawing some gas. Alright, that's some gas. I think I'm not attacking though. I don't know. Like I think the reality is like chat like I also want it to be good. Everybody wants Ignoble Hierarch to be really good, right? I understand. But it isn't. I've tried it. I don't think it is. Okay, I don't like this line that they took because I didn't have an attack and now I have an attack. And they also didn't chump block. So are they going to pay Echo? So yeah, they just missed a free chump block there. Not a huge deal, obviously. I want Hierarch to be good. I like Ignoble Hierarch. That card is really cool. I'm on board. In my opinion, it is not very good. I've tried it recently. You're free to try it and prove me wrong. I just one of those cards, I think. Ooh, okay. They're super dead next turn if they don't combo kill me. And if they combo kill me, I'm super dead. Oh, they're sorry, I'm not anymore because I actually have Prospector plus Pashalik Mons. That can interact with their combo. This Lord gives haste, not Mountain Walk, which is really important for your combo. Or the 4 lands are cut for the tribal lands. I don't know. I guess I didn't finish the sentence, but the answer is I don't know. Because like fetch lands are pretty important for Snoop. Auntie's Hovel's very powerful, but like maybe it's Auntie's Hovel. In the Jund deck, I would play less lands, right? So like this is the Jund version I was playing. So in this version, like you would probably have to cut some fetches. Like you would cut the Wooded Foothills, and then you would cut the second mountain, and then maybe you cut one of the Mires, and maybe you only play like 11 of these lands, and maybe you cut an Auntie's Hovel because it doesn't tap for green. But I think for the most part, I'm probably just gonna not recommend that you play Hierarch, but we'll see. Okay, I probably do want the extra Harbinger, just try to combo. Maybe comboing's tough in this matchup though, because of Fury, Mogg Fanatic. I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna cut the Prospector. I'm gonna trim my Ringleader when I bring in all these copies of Fury. I think I'll trim 1 War Marshal. Maybe just play 3 Harbinger. I definitely want the Fanatic. Well, maybe not. Maybe Fanatic's not as good as I think. Fanatic does break up the combo, but let's just play 3. It can be maybe too bad to draw like 2 copies early. Then I could cut another War Marshal. I could cut Kiki-Jiki. I don't think I want to cut the Chieftain. Chieftain might be fine to cut. Let's cut another War Marshal. Maybe on the play, I'll play the 3rd War Marshal. Doing any card in MTGO. Not while I'm trophy racing. I'm opening a lot of chests and selling a lot of cards. But usually I like to own like some nice arts of stuff. We're gonna get a Hierarch for each wedge. Maybe each green wedge. Oh, you would get like an Abzan Hierarch and then a Temur Hierarch. Gotta go to 5 here. Spike 24 lands! What are you doing? I think I gotta keep this on 5. His hand sucks. 24 lands! Madness! Spike, you're using a... This is just one game. Why are you making fun of me? This is just one game that you're getting mana screwed. I feel like this is a disingenuous argument, Spike. That this is just a one sample size. This is just not fair at all to me and the other people who think you should cut lands. And they're right about that, yeah. Why don't you do this voice when you flood out? You just kind of pretend like we don't exist when you flood out. Okay. Next in question chat, but I actually have a meeting to attend. I can't answer. Is this my no comment. This is my chat voice. This is how every chatter sounds. If you play 60 lands, your variance goes way down. Hell yeah. If only there's a legacy deck that did that. Oh no. I guess if I draw a land, Expert can break up the combo by killing the Harbinger. No lands. I blame chat. Wait, they have another Matron on top? I think on the play, I'll play one less Fanatic, one more War Marshal, and try to draw better. Okay, both Kiki's the opening hand is kind of easy mulligan. This hand's pretty good. I like this hand a lot. I think we put back the Sling-Gang. Not that it's really particularly bad in this hand or anything though. Just the card that goes back. Bottom of land. What makes goblins good again? Yeah, I think it's a combination of a few things that's making me like it at the moment. To be honest, like the biggest one is I really like that we're playing all these Mogg Fanatics, so we're not as cold to Ragavan. You know, I've been playing against goblins a few times lately, and like I'm just on the play. I play Ragavan, and I feel like I win those games almost every time, because like you almost always get one hit, usually two, and like they just get so behind on mana, you're able to like really overwhelm them with removal spells. But I've been with all these Mogg Fanatics, I've been able to fight the Ragavans more. I think my sideboard's pretty good too. Like I think this sideboard's nice. It's obviously, you know, not perfect, but okay, get an upkeep stop so I can shuffle away this Vial with the Matron. But you know, the reality is like Modern is like more open than people think it is too. Like Modern is open enough that like a deck like Goblins is like just underplayed. You know what I mean? Like the format is like, you know, is, you know, so again somewhat open. Okay, so they get to kill my Snoop. It's okay. Should I add Mind Goblin? What? Mind Goblin? Mind Goblin what? I kind of want to get Pashalik Mons. Yeah, I kind of want to get Pashalik Mons Sling-Gang. Yeah, definitely gonna upkeep this Vial because we know our top card is I could pay for Mogg War Marshal too. That's two more damage, and as far as I know, I'm not gonna get to use that extra mana. Yeah. It's obviously kind of bad if I draw like a 2-drop, but I have Vial on top. Yes, this is why I'm gonna upkeep Matron to get Pashalik Mons. Yeah, Snoop does not get haste from Kiki. That's on Battle Cry Goblin. What does that card do? Yeah, that's just a different deck. Like this is not an aggro deck. This is like a slow mid-range combo deck. There's just a different build. Okay, so what is my opponent doing that they're pausing so long? I don't know. So my goal again is to assemble. Oof. I guess maybe an okay draw. Sorry. My goal here is to assemble Pashalik Mons plus Sling-Gang Lieutenant to just deal 20 damage in one go. My opponent tutored Goblin Ringleader. And here they reveal Conspicuous Snoop, and then the rest is just lands. Yeah, I did get trophy 70 with goblins. If I draw a land, I can get Pashalik Mons plus Sling-Gang down next turn, which I don't think is quite lethal. Or maybe it is because they went to 18. I guess they have the Fanatic, though, to kill my Sling-Gang before I get the tokens. How much is it going to cost me to ship Benito the second place trophy? Not like a crazy amount, but it's going to be a, you know, a chunk of change for sure. Pile Driver is legal, but it's also not very good. This is not an aggro deck. This is a mid-range deck that has a combo finish. Shouldn't you shoot the Fanatic then? Yeah, I should have. Sorry, I haven't been playing the Goblin Mirror very much. I think I win anyways, though, right? The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, we're a little short. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, if I killed the Mogg Fanatic, we win. It is lethal? It's not lethal because they ping the Sling-Gang in response to the Sling-Gang ETB, right? I guess I could attack, yeah. If I attack, I could maybe kill the Mogg Fanatic. Let's see. So this is... So I go ping here, and I go... Yeah, I think I swing out here. Yeah, next turn I could Vial both into play. Oh, I didn't know they had a 3-drop in their hand. It's definitely lethal. It's not lethal because we Vial and Sling-Gang. They Mogg Fanatic the Sling-Gang before I get the tokens. I deal 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and then I sick and sack the Pashalik Mons for 14, and then this is 15. So I count. I don't see a way to get lethal because they have the Fanatic. I would have had lethal if I killed the Fanatic, probably, although they would have killed one of my goblins. This tutor another Ringleader. This said chat lethal. Ah, I see. So I think I just let this trade happen. And then I send 1 damage here. Then go here, here. And then I can Vial in the Sling-Gang in response to the ping. And I've got a pretty good turn next turn as well. And then here, just so this is 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. So yeah, put them to 2. which is not lethal. My opponent's hand is 2 Ringleaders and a Snoop, though, so we should be okay here for now. We'll see. See what they hit off Ringleader. Fuck. Why did that Vial and Ringleader first? Muxus is not modern legal. I'll just put them to 2. Got a lot of good top decks. So they put Chieftain and Mogg Fanatic into their hands. If they attack with everything here, they die. G fucking G! The lethal Kiki-Jiki. I cannot believe Andrea Mengucci said, putting Kiki-Jiki in your deck makes all your decks worse. What? Look at this! Look at this! Putting Kiki-Jiki in your deck makes all your decks worse. What? I present evidence to the contrary, huh? I present evidence to the contrary. Okay, I guess Goblins is good, huh? Man, I'd love to win the Daryl with this hand. Lurus of the Dreamed In, Wooded Foothills. Probably playing against Jund Saga? Could be Burn too, I guess. Man, people are out here doing whatever they want. I think that if I didn't think they had Prismatic Ending in their deck, which they definitely do, I would slam the Vial, but they definitely have Prismatic Ending in their deck, so like playing the Vial then getting an ending is just too bad of a sequence for me, I think. No, I think this is like a Naya mid-range deck. I don't think it's humans. Yeah, it could be Hammer, but they wouldn't play Wooded Foothills. It's Scales, okay. Huh. Man, ugh. Okay, do I give them the cards so we can play 2 Vials? I don't think so. Scale says Ballista. But they don't seem to have it in their hands. Pretty sure I'm going to go Matron for Snoop here, and then I can try to combo off in 2 turns. I guess I can play the other Vial this turn. Probably not very good, though. Yeah, if they just don't draw Ballista this game. And then we have, we got the Trash Man in the sideboard. Oh, also Leyline's very good in this matchup. 4th Mogg Fanatic's nice too. Okay, they drew their 3rd land. Ravager. Scary card. And block. Okay. Any blockers in the chat? Oh, whoops. Sorry, I meant to cast the Marshal here. Every time I cast, there's a, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Joel Javier on YouTube. He's really funny. He does a lot of comedy sketches. It's Haver. I don't know how to say his last name, but he's got a video about like playing an RPG for the first time, and like he kills a rat, and then it's like the town's pet rat, and then the guy in the town's like, Marshall, sweet Marshall. And so every time I've cast this card, I've been thinking about sweet Marshall. Hey there, okay, thank you. Can you just combo? No, you need to untap. Snoop can't have Summoning Sickness to combo. He's great. I would really recommend his stuff. He's got like a really big range, which I always love in a YouTuber. He's got like really good animated videos, really good like sketches. He also has like a couple like really long like incomplete. He has one movie that's completely improvised. It's like a feature-length film. And the whole thing is improvised, and it's like done very well. It's just super impressive. Would definitely recommend checking this stuff out. Yeah, someone wants to post a link to his channel. That'd be great. Me and Esther found him on YouTube a few months ago. And we just like binged all of his stuff. Didn't know how to say his last name though. He also like popped up on my TikTok recently, but he was just like in someone else's video. It was pretty funny. Yeah, it's Joel, Joel, and then his last name is Haver. I don't think we're dead here. Marshall, no. Yeah, that's also his channel name. Yeah. Yeah, so my opponent gets to sack this, put 5 counters here, and then they get to put 10 counters on this flying creature. That's just... I'm at 18 life, though. Oh, I miscounted. But I didn't miscount by enough that we're dead. Maybe they have Dispatch? Well, they don't have Metalcraft anymore. Notably, if we were playing Ignoble Hierarch, we may have fetched and shocked and died. Oop. Oh yeah, they're dead to the Matron. I was like, why did they concede there? You'll love to see it. Oh, we also have Fury? Dude, we got too many sideboard cards actually. We have 10 sideboard cards. Okay, so we cut all the Ringleaders. We cut the Chieftain, we cut the Pashalik Mons, we cut the Prospector. And then we cut all the War Marshals. Void Spirit Modular and Hangerback Walker, but it is very good against them, yeah. Leyline is very good against Scales, chat. You're going to learn today. No, you don't want Charmaw. I think. You're going to learn today that you want Leyline against Scales. Literally every single Scales player in the chat will tell you that we should bring in Leyline here, by the way. Inkmoth Saga. I don't know. Listen, I think the Charmaw is like the worst of the cyber cards. Obviously, I know it has some decent targets, but I feel like that's really not what the matchup is about. People just like want, yeah, they just want Charmaw to be in the deck, you know what I mean? Oh, I should probably have actually played one War Marshal because I've got the Trashmaster, so I can tutor for that to sacrifice. It'd probably be fine. Yeah, Iron's on the same page. Doesn't have a Leyline. It's probably too good to mulligan, though. Multi-Leyline. I feel like this hand's too good to mulligan. I feel like for a long time, we resist to bring in Leyline Lip against Gales. Well, it depends on the deck I'm playing, right? So, like some decks, like I'll have like Rest in Peace in my side graveyard or my deck, but like it'll shut off some of my graveyard cards. Like I think like the really removal heavy decks can afford to not play the graveyard hate, but I think most decks do want them. I guess I can hardcast that soon, or not that soon, maybe. Okay, let's just main phase Munitions Expert, I think. I think I came close to vialing in a Fury. I don't think I've actually done it. Yeah, that is true. Hardcasting Leyline ain't that bad, absolutely. Main phase make a token so that they can put a counter on it. I'm not super worried about this, to be honest. Dude, Den of the Bugbear is so awkward here. I think I still have Matron for Trashman. I have Vialed and a Nimmercool, yeah. We did win game 1. You can actually see on the screen, the green arrow means we won game 1. They just didn't draw Ballista that game, and we comboed them. Yeah, Modular is a death trigger, so Leyline stops it. A Needle. On the trash man, I assume. Still a Lord. Could also pitch it to Fury if I want. Taking 5 here, maybe. It's a lot of damage, though. Take it. I think we attack. I feel like I'm not too likely to chump block here. And then I do have the Trashmaster, so I can go like Trashmaster next turn, attack for 6. If I draw a land, I can Kiki-Jiki copy Trashmaster, and that's likely to be lethal. It's also likely to be too slow. But we'll see. Oh, they also have Pendlehaven to protect from my Mogg Fanatic on the Nexus. That's kind of funny. Yeah, not gonna. Yeah. Mogg Fanatic not very good against Pendlehaven. Shut down, huh? Okay, they go Esper Sentinel and then Lurrus in hand, and then they attack. Attack for 5 down to 8 life here. I draw another copy of Fury, which is a fascinating draw here. I'm pretty sure I play the Trashmaster in attack. Play Trashmaster attack. I'm at 8. If they have to have a white land for Lurrus to kill me with Ravager next turn. I can also Fury to kill Sentinel. It's gotta be too bad though. I can't wipe the board now. This is a 5/5. Oh, I can if I sack the Fanatic. Is that what I do? I guess if I draw a land, I still have lethal with the Den, right? Yeah, I did see this line. I didn't think it was that good because I feel like I needed my hand, but I think just like this still provides lethal with the Trashmaster in theory, so it's probably good enough. We also have like a decent number of other top decks that give us lethal next turn. That Needle on Trashmaster is so good. Yeah, I agree that not grafting on Sentinel is really weird. Okay, so they can Lurrus us here. They have to shock, though, down to 6 life. They can go Lurrus Ravager, which is pretty good. They can also put a bunch of counters on the Lurrus, so I can't, they get to gain a bunch of life. Yeah, the Needling Trashman was a good line. Which is maybe like, maybe I shouldn't have tutored for it that last turn, right? Oh, I actually can't, I can't, Den of the Bugbear this turn. This does turn off the Ravager modular, which is important for not dying here, I think. We also have game 3 on the play. Oh, that might kill me. It's close at least. 1, 2, 3. It's close. Because they can still move counters on the Ozolith because of the Ravager. So they go 1, 2. I think they're short. Maybe not short. Oh, they have Orb in their deck? Oh, it's really bad for me. 5, 5, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I think it's exactly lethal. They can't eat the needle. Oh, right. Of course they can't eat the needle. I think they're realizing that right now. Of course they can't eat the needle. Yes, they actually fucked up. I think they should probably just put all the counters on the Lurrus, to be honest. Oh, they can't. Oh, they can. They can. Sorry. Would have been better to hold Fury and Kiki to hardcast Fury and copy with all the Kiki turns. Well, I didn't have a 5th land in my hand. I could have activated the Den with the 5th mana. I also needed to not die on board there. I also like couldn't do that next turn even if I drew the land because I didn't have a red card. So I don't really like the suggestion. Yeah, if they sack the needle, it unlocks the trash man. I get to kill the Nexus. Why can they not put counters on Lurrus through? They can't. I just said that they should. I thought for a second that they couldn't because it's not an artifact creature, but this doesn't specify artifact creature. Like you might think that it would. So I think that that's the line they're gonna take. They also might just put it on the Nexus. They do. Wait, aren't they dead? I fire up with the Din. Okay. I think they're dead. They go up to 10 life. I have 10 damage. Paid actor, Aspiring Spike. You're playing against a paid actor. Din for the win, huh? Hehehehe. 71 trophies, baby! One away from tying the record now. The last 2 trophies, both with goblins. We are currently 10-1 with goblins. Still don't know what I want to change in the sideboard. I know I want to change some stuff, probably. But we're 10-1. Same 75. Maybe we just hit it right on the first try.